Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Sprites of Life podcast. I'm Lucas.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Don.
Happy to have us all together again. Happy to have you all listening. How's everyone's week been? Good, solid, peaceful?
Overall, can't complain.
Um, I gotta say, Chris, that article with the snake you sent us is crazy.
Everyone is okay, so we can make jokes about it.
Y'all, Chris sent us an article about some kid who had a cottonmouth in his helmet while playing football in Arkansas.
They warmed up for an hour, and he went to his coach and said that he thought his helmet was moving, and so they took it off and they found a cottonmouth, just like a 2-foot long cottonmouth, just chilling in his helmet.
I mean, Don, it was your comment afterwards that I told people at work about, and most of them just started falling over laughing.
Oh, this could be an incredible Ratatouille sequel. Like maybe he's a young lad, and maybe he wants to play football, but maybe just doesn't have the GER or something like that to really get into it. But he wants to be part of the team, and then the Cottonmouth teaches him the ways of patience and such, given that it's a snake. And then he finds that it was inside him all along.
I mean, it was inside his helmet.
Yes.
They said the suspicion. They said that the snake was rather plump, so they think that it ate and then wanted to find a nice dark place to like curl up and digest, and they found a helmet.
I was thinking of it as like the snake wants to play football, but it ain't got no arms or legs, so it needs to find somebody to help it achieve its dreams.
Yeah, well, that's like the Ratatouille thing, because like the snake's gonna want to play football, but it's got the mind for it, but not the body. Yeah.
Instead of like a Shep video, it's just John Madden.
Let's I mean, it's we're available. Pixar, reach out. Let's talk.
We got this. We'll make it work. Alrighty. So because summer is wrapping up, I wish I had a snake episode we haven't done already, but that was a good intro. But because summer's starting to wrap up and we're getting Dragon Con stuff ready, I wanted to talk about. I have a grab bag of random Pokemon topics for whenever we need them without a theme or waiting for a game. And the one I pulled out this time was just mythical. It's such a weird grab bag of Pokemon, the Mythicals. Like, you can't use them to fight normally. You can't, like, they're always attached to, like, weird marketing, like, history. And yet, they're some of the most iconic Pokemon. And they're so weird. Like, they're so weird.
I will say, if you do want to fight with them, you can battle in Pokemon Go with them.
Oh, joy.
There was the one time we had like Series 13 where we were allowed to have some.
I have that in the notes. I have that series in the notes. It is definitely, but I don't know anything about it. I want to talk to someone, aka you, Don, who actually did. Because apparently it was a weird time. But as far as science news goes, I guess we'll jump into this and get to the Mythicals right after. Y'all remember a while back when octopuses were famous for punching fish?
Octopuses are famous for a lot of things.
Yeah, well, turns out there is... Okay, this article was published like 4 or 5 hours ago. I'm just going to read the title because it comes from Live Science. Young wild octopuses may form a fight club and slap territorial fish if they get too close.
Look, we are making all of these great movie ideas. Fight Club Octopus.
Yeah, I'm down.
Snake-a-Tooie.
Okay, so octopuses do punch stuff like that, or a slap, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's well known that they do this at this point. But these scientists down in Brazil were trying to figure out like what is triggering these aggressive behaviors. Are they slapping every fish? Are they slapping a certain color? Are they going after like a specific species? And they did a study with about 101 interactions between juvenile reef octopuses and 10 species of reef fish. Turns out that whenever a fish comes up to them that is a more territorial species, that's when they start swinging. If they're a non-territorial fish and they just try to like hang out, with the octopus as they hunted, they just left them alone. So it turns out that the octopuses are not responding to like a species so much as they are the aggression of certain species. That makes sense?
I see. So yeah, so things like damselfish that are very territorial they'd be getting a punch.
Yeah, they do get the slap. They get the slap real good. Versus something like a blue tang, which is usually going to leave things alone. It's not going to go ahead and pick that fight. They even mentioned the blue tang in the article, and they do mention the damselfish in the article as well. I think it was really cool that they actually came up with this because anytime you have a neat niche science story, there's always someone who like tries to take it out of proportion. Like, yeah, the octopuses just love swinging. It's like, but there's a reason for it. Like, and I really love that these researchers took the time to go ahead and learn it. Some of the researchers also like posted how the octopuses will flash certain signs for certain fish to try and get them away. One section was talking about how the octopuses all had different personalities when they were filming them. One of them, and I quote here, one octopus even managed to steal one of our diving weights and carry it into its den. So I thought that was
You
kind of cute.
do you even lift?
I mean, apparently that octopus did. I'm wondering how much like that dive weight was because
I would say even like a 2 pound weight, like the density alone is probably weird to them.
yeah,
Because they're
I don't.
typically lead or lead covered in plastic or rubber.
I mean, that's a really like, if you think about it, like a 2 pound dive weight for like just a small like common octopus, like that's a really strong achievement to just drag that in, water or no water.
Yeah.
That's really that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, quick science news on this one. I just read the article and I thought it was neat. We'll count the snake one as like a half science news because the kid didn't get bit. Um, as far as gaming news goes, I think Pokemon's staying pretty quiet because we have the I mean the big show is in 2 weeks, right? 2, 3 weeks?
It's this coming weekend,
Yes.
right? Oh no, 2 weeks. Yeah,
2 weeks.
Are we
So
talking
for
about
now,
worlds or
Worlds. Yeah.
oh, they're coming
yeah.
up. I did want to talk a little bit about GTA because as it's GTA and you can actually see how all the games are running away from it. GTA knows how powerful they are, and they decided that they are going to be displaying an extended look at the game, but they are not going to be doing it on YouTube. They're going to be doing it on Netflix. So on the 27th, so in roughly 2 weeks, Netflix is going to have a extended look at GTA. So instead of making it free, instead of putting it on YouTube for everybody, hey, if you have a Netflix account, you can learn more about GTA. Which honestly, I think it's pretty scummy.
I mean, it'll be everywhere afterwards.
Yeah, people are going to pirate the crap out of it and put it everywhere and break it down. But at the same time, it's like you're already taking all of the money between the holiday season. Like it's all yours. Every other video game has run for the hills. The Fable remake was done. And they're like, nope, it's going in February because we're not dealing with this. Like it is crazy how excited they are for this game. And I gotta tell you, it's I'm not one of those people, I guess. I guess I'm not one of those GTA people because I'm just like, okay.
Have you never been a GTA person?
I've never been a GTA person.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm a man in his 30s who hasn't really gotten into GTA. I'm like an anomaly. Wild.
Don,
I
you're a
enjoyed it.
GTA person.
I never really got that into five, to be honest.
I mean, that's the one to get out of, given how much money people put into it. I think you got out right when you needed to. I mean, I'm excited to see it because it takes place in my home state. Like it,
Yes, this is exciting.
like just
I
I
do have
want to
a
see.
quick
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do to Tampa. What were you gonna say?
So yeah, my contrarian standpoint is like you see the jokes about it online, but I do like people are like, oh my god, the fibers on the towel deform when the phone gets put on them. I'm like, that's great, but I don't know, maybe we just don't need that much.
We don't need that level.
Yeah, like listen, man, those consoles are only getting more expensive and those pro like it's not good out there. We need to start dialing back the graphics because I do not need to see every like stretch of rubber laid out by someone burning out tires on the streets of Ybor City. Like it
I
doesn't
do
need
yeah, I do want to say I just remembered when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, a friend in college, his dorm had much worse Wi-Fi than mine, so we came in to download it. and which still took many hours. But he chose to keep his Xbox standing vertically, just in the dead center of the room. And after this long download process concluded, he tripped over the cord, and it fell over, and it just ruined
And
everything.
it died.
Oh, no way.
I
Oh,
actually don't think he like I don't know if he ever ended up playing it to this day, like out of just spite, I guess, from that happening.
man, I would give up. Like, I had a moment like that recently where I was trying to download a game because I saw it was on sale. Turns out it wasn't the game. It was like a soundtrack to the game that you had to buy the game to play anyway. So I had to get on like PlayStation, like, listen, they literally covered up to make us buy this. Like, what the heck is going on? And to this day, even after I got the refund, I'm like, no, I'm not playing this game because of this, what you did. Like, I get it. That he has a right. I feel him. I feel his pain. All right. All the gaming stuff out of the way. I gotta say, with the mythical Pokemon, it's some weird history. Before you got on, me and Chris were going over the list of mythicals, and we seem to have come up with a theory. Um,
Okay.
it's either baby, ascendant, or abomination. Those are your three flavors of mythical.
So in the old days, I remember there used to be a term when they were all kind of the same thing, minus Deoxy. And that was just people would call them like the base 100 pixies.
I could see that.
I mean, because if
We
you
were,
think about the first 4 generations, that's effectively what they were. Our only non-mythical with that was Deoxy, right? And that was
yeah, Deoxys was the only one that wasn't like an adorable little goober.
100s across the board.
Mm-hmm. And then you had things like, again, we were going through the list like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Baby, Deoxys, Abomination, Manaphy, like et cetera, et cetera.
The one we had the biggest trouble placing was Meloetta.
Yeah, we don't know what to do with her. Yeah,
What
she's not
about
really.
Keldeo?
Well,
Probably was
Keldio's
baby.
kind of like a baby. Like he's a little tiny horse.
Yeah, Mellow is just kind of just a person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that's just a.
I did like all the I still have all my black and white era mythicals from the events. I do still have too my when Pokemon Coliseum came out for the GameCube, there was a pre-order bonus where you got a bonus disc to download Jirachi, and I still have mine.
That's rad. I
So if
think.
anyone wants a Jirachi and has a GameCube with a Game Boy hookup, I got you. I just remember convincing my parents. I got to talk my dad into taking me to GameStop to pre-order it. I had never pre-ordered a game as a child,
Hmm.
and we get there, and my dad's like, "Oh, so buy your game." And I was like, "Oh no, we're not here to buy the game. We're here to buy part of the game so I can get this one guy in 2 months." And I remember he was like, "That's why you made me come here." He's like, "You want to get some weird little guy in 2 months from now?"
Yes. um. So, on that note, the one of the reasons mythicals haven't been used mainly in tournaments is just because they're not easy to get. Historically, they're very difficult. The first ever in-game like special event, like special mythical, was in Japan back in 1996. There's a magazine called Korokoro, which before Twitter kind of took over the role, it was one of the places where you'd find all the latest Pokemon news. They had a contest to give out 20 Mews to some lucky trainers. The winners would literally sign up and do the thing. And this is what I think is crazy. The winners who were selected were literally shipping their cartridge to Game Freak. Game Freak would load their prize into the game and then ship it back.
I love that. I really
That's
love that.
I mean, look, it's only 20 kids getting this, or 20 whoever. That's such a cool concept to think about. Like, you don't think about it without the internet. Like, you can't just go to a GameStop and like plug in your card. No, you got to send it to the company to get them to do it. That's
Uh,
crazy.
that actually reminds me. So there was a card,
Yes.
called it. There's a Gengar card, um, that you needed to mail. You had to get this thing from a magazine. You had to mail a Haunter card to the magazine, and they would mail you back the Gengar.
That's actually pretty sick. That's
My
awesome.
favorite one might be the birds, the airplane bird ones.
Latios and Latios?
Uh, no, no. The so I think this was also late 90s, maybe early 2000s. There was like a 2-month period. I think I might be getting this promotion wrong. Japan Air or one of their airlines, you had to have flown at least twice, and you send in your ticket stubs, and they would send you in a special promo card of Articuno, Zapdos, or Moltres.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty
And
good.
then there's the Magikarp quiz one, which you should look up the Magikarp test card. A bunch of it was for multiple school children, I think. I do this multi-step Pokemon quiz and mail in the answers, and it was very apparently difficult, and they were very strict about it. Of like the thousand that entered, I think only 1,000 placed high enough to get this special Magikarp card. Which maybe that could be a grail for Lucas one day as the
Yeah.
Magikarp man.
The only way I would obtain it, like, just like I will pay the money and also pass the quiz. I will learn Japanese to pass the quiz. Um, I think all these stories gotta prove that, like, with Mythicals, like, since most of them were distributed at like random Toys R Us's back in the 2000s for a good chunk of their time, like, you couldn't really bring them into tournaments. It wasn't until the modern age of gaming where you had more access to the internet, you had more access to these events and DLCs that you could have a chance of even getting these more easily. And as you stated, back in 2022, they did have a moment where they let them actually compete in the tournament. Don,
Yes,
how did
well,
that?
so we got one of those in Sword and Shield, and we
Okay.
got one of those in Scarlet and Violet. One was like Series 13, and we switched numbers, so it was like Series X or something. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
the one at the end of Sword and Shield was interesting because that one they went free for all. So it was as many as you wanted, mythicals and like big lead and restricted. So you could have Ho-Oh, Groudon, Kyogre, Xerneas, Jirachi, Magearna, or something if you wanted to. And that was fun. It was pretty wild. Really, like, not everyone is that good. But then the more recent one we had was a little less fun because the restricteds and the mythicals took up the same slot of two. So, I mean, yeah, it's cool to run Jirachi, but also you're giving up Miraidon.
Mm. Which of them fought the best?
Magearna's broken.
Okay. I figured that was the answer.
Are you guys familiar with how Magearna works exactly?
Hurt thing gets stronger.
Something dies, it gets stronger.
Yes, which makes it particularly dangerous in doubles because if anything dies, it gets a special attack boost. We've long since departed the so like normal Magearna has quite a lot of special. It has 130 special attack. It learns Trick Room. It's got very good defenses. If anything faints, it gets a special attack boost, which is particularly scary in doubles because there's a lot more things to faint. I know for a little bit when I played, I enjoyed using Magearna with Choice to Star Victini because Victini has 100 HP. So you can have a very beef, and Victini also learns Final Gambit. So you
Oh
could Final
no.
Gambit a thing, kill it and yourself, and click Trick Room, and now you had a +2 Magearna in Trick Room.
Uh-oh.
But also you use it much more like slowly. It learns Calm Mind. It has Fleur Cannon, which is like it's fairy overheat, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And now it does have a Mega Form.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I wonder if they'll ever put those in champions. Like, it seems like a waste if they
Maybe the
don't.
Mega Form has 170 special attack.
Some things are best left out of champions. All I'm saying is you just need to lead them. Well, what if the ability is literally just like they just give it like the one that Slacking
Solar
has.
Heart, well, Solar Hearts, so it
So,
gets +2.
Solar Heart literally it enters the field. Everything dies. It gets all their stats. Next. Oh no, worse. Its ability gives Urshifu back the strength he had before the nerf.
Yeah.
Just something awful and stupid, like specifically to make people suffer. I mean, I think the other thing to note about most of the mythicals is that I believe all of them but one have kind of had their own like movie to hang out in and have fun. Like there's
I
only
think I think the only one that hasn't had a specific movie is Meltan.
and Peturunt is the other
Oh
one.
yeah. We're gonna get
Well, yes,
a
Meltan
we're
got to
gonna
be he was in the anime though, right, or something?
Yeah, he got more screen time because he got the anime. But like Petrunt, not even the movies like him, so he's not getting in there yet.
I really don't. I guess I think he's the thing in singles. We never got to use him, and I don't really know what he does.
He poisons things and then they get confused. That's it. I'm sure his stats are something, but I'm too lazy to look them up. There's plenty of mythicals. I do love that most of the like a chunk of them have the 100 stat spread across the board, and then Arceus 120 across the board. Like, how do you know he's your god? The 20 points and everything else. Like that's enough to prove godhood.
And yet you
But
still made him plow your fields.
oh yeah. Oh, for those who don't know, that after Legends Arceus, I wanted to be like, can I go home? And basically like, no, you can't go home. You're gonna stay here forever. So I literally turned Arceus into a ground type, made him work the fields in that game, and I moved all the other Pokemon out, and I left him there. He is still there to this day. I do not
One
need.
must imagine RC is happy.
I mean, listen, I do not. He's found peace and tranquility in the field, and I want him to be punished for like leaving me in the past with no toilet paper. Like,
I'm
no.
picturing him though in this scenario as like Thanos after he's accomplished his goal and he's got his little farm.
That's what I was thinking too. I was literally thinking the same thing. Where he's literally like just grabbing random produce and making like slop with it, just hanging out with the farmers. He's just like, I've done my duty. This is a peaceful world now. I pulled 4 of the mythicals out of the 23 to talk about. I just thought they were just neat. The first one I wanted to talk about, just because it's adorable. We'll start with the cute one. I wanted to talk about Shaymin, the little guy. Shaymin,
Shaymin is the babiest of the babies.
there is nothing cuter than this creature. Like this is the most adorable of all the Pokemon that I could think of as mythicals, like by far. And it's a pretty neat little dude. I mean, its first form is based on a hedgehog. I loved reading its lore. Admittedly, I will say it does look like it would be a grass starter. Is that just me?
No, I mean that's tiny baby grass type.
Yeah, I feel like it would make a
He
really.
is a little guy.
It is actually the littlest of the grass types. It is the smallest grass type Pokemon.
More than Lorant or Fomantis.
Apparently, I
How much
pulled
does
up.
Semantis weigh?
I'll take a look. Actually, that's a good question. Let's find
Weighs
out.
3.3 pounds.
Okay, so Shaman is heavier, but Fomantis is taller.
Hmm.
Shaman, I think, is a little over 4 pounds.
Yeah, and it depends on the form because that's the other thing that makes it so interesting. Its first form being a hedgehog, it shows up during springtime. It has the ability to grow fields of flowers in any area, and it literally sucks up pollution from the area. And it's neat because how it does it is it literally absorbs the pollution into its body, converts it into water and light, and then it uses that to release its signature move, Seed Flare. So
So we
that's
have
a
we have 3 Pokemon that absorb pollution. One is this cute little baby hedgehog, and the others are Alolan Muck and Galarian Weezing.
Yeah, man. Listen, I am surprised that an eco-terrorist group didn't have the main say in the Shaman movie. Like if you just had an eco-terror, you're like, no, we need to take him and stop all the pollutions in the city and drag it away from the flowers to fix the problems. Like this thing is so valuable and dangerous. Um
Well, if we want to talk about dangerous, we could talk about the other Shaman.
yeah, sky form. Um John, what makes this thing so tough? I'll be honest. I'm lost here when you said that. Like, it looks so harmless,
So
like a reindeer.
I think less so now, but more so in its earlier generations when there's a little less power creep. Um, you've played against a Togekiss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Thunder
You know how
Wave, Air
Togekiss
Slash.
click? Yes, you know how it has Serene Grace, so Air Slash is 60% flinch rate.
Yep.
Yes,
Um,
so Shaman is grass flying in its flying form. It has Serene Grace. I believe it has, yes, it has Air Slash. It also has its signature move, Seed Flare. Seed Flare has a 40% chance to harshly lower the target's special defense. That's 120 base power, which means it has a 80% chance to harshly lower the target's special defense stat. So good luck switching in on Shaymin.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I didn't think about that when I was writing the notes. I don't want to deal with it. Do you remember what it takes to evolve it into its well, not evolve, change it into its flying form?
The flower and only certain times of day. Remember,
Yeah, correct. It is a specific kind of flower that they go and interact with, and it makes them fly. Also, unlike other mythicals, it's not one of a kind. Like many mythicals actually are like one of a species. They're just really hard species to find. Apparently, according to some of the lore, these creatures move in herds, helping flowers grow and spread gratitude wherever they go. Wherever people have more gratitude or are more thankful or just better, they tend to do a better job. Kind of like the bouquet of flowers, like you did great, here you go. My head canon is that they adapted to this very specific flower so that way they can know when it's time to fly and when it's time to go somewhere else. Like the second they reach this flower, all right, flying form, let's get out of here and go somewhere else. And so it's similar to how monarch butterflies will actually migrate throughout multiple lifespans because they're following the trail of milkweed as they go. So I think the flowers are just providing a way for them to better move and adapt to their ecosystem and just know when it's time to go and move on to the next ecosystem. I don't think Pokemon thought it through that hard, so I decided to do it for them. It's a cute little dude. And John, you really brought out some air slash thunderwave trauma that I've been suppressing for a while. Have we had a meta where no, we've had a meta. I was thinking about Grimmsnarl thunder waving, combine that with air slashing, and just remembering all the
a
pain.
little bit. The Dynamax Togekiss era was probably its biggest time in recent times, but there's been Serene Grace is always a fun ability. Jirachi also has it. I know a lot of singles players have some not so fond memories. I know Choice Scarf Ironhead Jirachi was a thing for a long time. There's
Mm.
an infamous, very large, I think it was on Smogon tournament, where this guy basically just gets Ironhead flinched on his Heatran like 7 times in a row to lose the game.
Yeah, no, I think someone would hate that. That reminds me of the time that in the official tournament, the Will-O-Wisp guy who like missed 5 or 4 Will-O-Wisps in a row.
Yeah, Aaron Zhang, yes, Cybertron on YouTube. Yeah, that was his. Yeah,
Yikes.
very unfortunate. Will was, but yeah, there's a few other. Serene Grace is a fun ability. We're getting in the weeds now, but Dunsparce has it too, so you can do something with that.
I guess. All right, on to the next one. This is the one one of my ones I really wanted to talk about. Manaphy and Phione, more baby. I was reading through the Manaphy
Fiona,
Pokedex.
Finneon's the fish.
Yeah,
No,
Phione.
Phione. Manaphy and Phione, because the Pokedex entries are pretty annoyingly vague. So unlike other ones that talk about flowers, like it talks about how like Manaphy, all it really does, like the thing that it does, is that it bonds with people in Pokemon very easily. That's the whole thing it can do. Like when it hatches, it's an adorable aquatic goober, and it bonds with any kind of Pokemon and anyone who comes near it. It also functions like a sea turtle because it's always going to swim great distances to return to the place of its birth, which was one of the whole things about the movie when it came out. Was this there was a random pirate for some reason, and they were just trying to get to effectively Atlantis, and the Manaphy was born there, so it knew where to go. So that's where they had to get him. Um, Hisuian Dex actually has it pretty well. Rumored to migrate across the oceans, visit Hisui's coastal waters only rarely. Although Manaphy resembles Phione, it is also quite different. The relationship between the two is unclear. So the Phione thing, where I don't know what they were thinking when they did this. Manaphy plus Ditto equals a completely different mythical Pokemon. What on earth were they doing with this? Like it
I'm gonna
just
be honest. I have these are probably the mythicals I know the least about.
Because
I
no one
mean,
really knows anything. I mean, yeah, I know. Well, obtaining the one for their Pokemon Ranger is like very annoying, and it learns Tail Glow, which is fun.
that's a great one. Admittedly, Phione learns the better signature move.
Does it? What does it do?
I gotta find it. Where was it?
Take
Where was
heart.
it? Yeah, take heart.
Oh, Manaphy also learns that.
I thought Manaphy only learned heart
Manaphy
swap.
gets heart swap and take heart. He gets
Oh,
take heart
okay.
at 76.
I didn't know take heart was a thing. That's a really cool move. Like, that's
I know. I
awesome.
think Telgo is just so much better, and also Phione has the exact same stats as Glalie.
Yeah, Phione sucks. It's just meant to suck. Look, it's Deoxys can go 1-to-1 with a Rayquaza. Celebi can travel through time. Mew, first Pokemon. Melmetal, a T1000. Manaphy, it makes friends and likes to swim.
It
It's
also says like, especially the one's the Sea Drifter. So is it like is Phione like plankton?
well, apparently they're related to sea angels. Like that's where a lot of the look comes in.
Okay, so they're slugs, or
Yeah,
they're
they're
Nubrox.
sea slugs. Chris, do you know what a sea angel is?
No.
Hang on, I gotta
Sea
put you in the
butterfly if you play Animal Crossing.
The
is
oh
that thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So weirdly enough, they are carnivorous. um, they go after other free swimming gastropods that some people call sea butterflies. They are just like normal snails. They have a radula, which is basically a tongue with teeth, and they'll grip onto their prey and devour them. They move at a whopping 0.2 miles per hour, even though they can quote unquote swim. But they are pretty neat. The copycat goober is weird because if you played it in Legends Arceus, when you meet Manaphy, it's got these things bodyguarding it and hanging out with it, and they move together with it. And so it reminded me of EU social insects. And I was thinking, okay, that's an insect. Is there any animal in the ocean that is eusocial, that has like a queen and does their own thing? Turns out there's only one. There's only one group, three different species. Anyone want to guess what kind of animal it is?
I got nothing.
You got like
I
what
know,
ocean?
so should I say it or would you like
Don,
more
go
that Chris to
ahead.
guess? It's a shrimp.
It is a shrimp, a snapping shrimp. There's apparently three species that live in sponges, and they form colonies in the sponges where they have a queen, and the males forage to do all the work protecting the sponge from predators. So the idea of Manaphy splitting off with a Ditto to make these little drones that aren't as strong as it to help take care of its area and help keep it safe makes sense. This is something that it would do in order to protect its new home. I love that this exists. I think it's a fantastic little nod. I don't think they actually cared or knew that this was a thing, but I think they were also thinking mainly of sea turtles, like the whole coming back to your place of your birth thing. But I think that's really cool that I didn't know that there were EU social shrimp just hanging out in the sponges. Wild. I wonder what would a queen Clawitzer look like? Two guns?
That'd be a fun regional form. Maybe we can get that in Winds and Waves, actually.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It just lives on the sponge. Just it's a Clawitzer, just an even bigger double gun Clawitzer, and all the other ones are just really tiny and weak. That'd be fun. I'd like that. Okay. So we've got the babies done. No more babies, I promise. We're next up. You can hot take. Genesect is the coolest looking mythical Pokemon. That is my hot take.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm thinking.
it's a close call to me between Melmetal, and Deoxys, but Genesect to me is the coolest looking one.
I do really
Mm,
like Genesect, actually.
I mean, look, Darkrai has the Edgelord vote. I get that, but like when you hear its story about how the scientists in the game were trying to make the perfect weapon, this was Gen 5, so N was running the show, and Ed said, no, don't do that. That's kind of messed up. And the scientists were like, okay, whatever you say, crossed their fingers and gave it a gun. Love it. Love this creature. It's so cool. It's literally like, I mean, what do you do when you have a 300 million year old bug fossil? Do you give it to a museum? No. Bring it back to life and give it a gun. It's so cool looking. Like, did you see
It's
how it was moved?
obvious.
Yeah, clearly. Did you see how it was moving in the movies?
mm-mm.
like it tucks itself in and flies. Like if you ever hang on, like see if I could find it. Genesect. Like it's so unlike others, it has like a travel mode effectively. So kind of like how Metagross can kind of tuck in his limbs in order to move.
Yeah, little
Like
fly buddy.
yeah, like if you take a look, this is how Genesect will tuck himself into fly. It'll just zip around
Oh,
and
it
it's
just
super
becomes a
quick.
spaceship.
Yeah,
Oh, I
effectively.
like that.
Yeah, it's a cool looking design. I mean, they have it in the movies where the red one is leaving a bunch of the purple ones around. So it is based on large insects, large arthropods for the Carboniferous period. Ugh. So this is back in the time where dragonflies were the size of eagles, scorpions were the size of corgis, and we did still have some sea scorpions around at that time. Um, Sea scorpions are it's a common name for a group of arthropods that lived for hundreds of millions of years, and they were one of the most dominant predators of their ecosystem. They were also disgustingly huge. I think I had a graph here somewhere. Where did I put that thing? Yeah, there were some that ranged to about zero point 0.2 inches, and then there were some that ranged to about 8 feet long. There it is. Found it. Let's see if I can find. I forgot my chart. There you go. Nope, that's another Genesect.
That's just
Nope,
Genesect.
that's a Genesect. All right, please edit this out so I sound smarter. Let's see. Well, not smarter, more prepared. All right, here you go. This is a good size comparison to what you're dealing with.
Ah, terrifying.
Uh-huh, yes. Funny enough, we don't know what they ate. We can only assume.
Dreams.
Dreams. Well, nightmare. Well, that's the other guy. Yeah, Genesect's cool. But the whole idea of I'm going to turn this bug into a cyborg. You want to guess what world government decided to use that concept?
Us.
Us, USA, baby. We spit in the face of God in this country, I guess, because DARPA back in 2006 was tinkering with cyborg bugs. Like there was an entire branch of DARPA focused on espionage, and they learned that if you put just the right amount of doodads and bits and gubbins of technology onto a rhinoceros beetle, you could not only control where it went, you could also make it fly and land.
If you make it shoot ice beams,
You know, depending on what chip you plugged into it, it can get technoblast. I mean this was 2006, 2008. So I think in 2026, I think we can get it to shoot an ice beam, Don. I think we can make that happen.
I bet they already have it. We just haven't told
Yeah.
us about it yet.
Yeah, they're waiting till we're ready for it. It does get the move Technoblast, which I think is a neat concept where you can just load in different shots and like see what they could do like with different typage. It was sad that it didn't get a stab boost with any of them. Kind of a
I
shame.
know. It does have like sort of a. It has almost sort of as a proto Silvally almost in that way. Um,
Yeah, I can
Only
see that.
its stats are better. And download is such a good ability for it. Having 120 attack and special attack is like pretty good, but just
Yeah.
getting a boost to either one, and typically I think it's used as a special attacker. But
Apparently in Gen 8, it also had access to Simple Beam,
oh, that's fun.
right? If you've never used Simple Beam, y'all, if you can get it to work, it's a trip. It's so fun. Like, hey, here's your ability gone, and now anytime something good or bad happens to you, it's gonna really happen to you. Love that move. But I hope they bring it. If they do bring Genesect into Champions, I don't think I'd mind. But I hope they would give him Simple Beam again, just to see what people would do with it. Okay, last mythical, just because I'm so certain he's gonna get put in Champions faster than any of the other mythicals that got the Mega Stones, and that is going to be Zeraora. I want you to take a wild guess as to how Thundercat was born according to the lore. Give me the wildest take you have.
For
Arceus
Zeraora?
came. Arceus realized they needed a marketable electric type guy that would
Okay.
be cool, so they
I
made him.
I second Arceus having the marketing disc.
A lightning bolt struck a volcano.
And
That
a,
sounds
and
like
a
how Kung Fury was created.
and a cat came out.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm sure other people have said it. Is this Pokemon an industry plant?
Yes, it's not a
Like this
bad
is
thing,
It's
but
kind
it
of an
is.
industry plant
Anything electric is an industry plant.
like I just
at
feel
all.
Every electric Pokemon is an industry plant.
This is a bigger argument than my horse arguments.
Name an electric type that is not an industry plant.
why am I
Shinshao.
pulling
Lantern, the Lantern line. Come on,
like a volt?
Ev- everyone. Oh please, everyone loves Vikavolt and Charger Bug.
Mm,
Electros. I
I
just
did
got
get
a
a
mega.
mega.
Okay, give me a second now. I will
Yeah.
think of one.
So the
I
one that
have
they
the
just gave
list.
a random Mega Evolution to.
Stunfisk, Galvantula.
No,
People just
he.
like them because they're Galvantula's just sick though. I don't think he's an industry plant.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hang on. No. Yamper industry plant.
I think a disproportionate amount of electric types are industry plants.
Okay.
Well, okay, yeah, because you have the Pika clones.
Yeah. Yeah. All the Pika clones. Look, a Alolan Golem is many things. An industry plant, he is not.
He's a
He's
Wario reference.
yeah. He's
Zapdos, Shinx.
Yeah, I don't think Zapdos could be an industry plant because he was like one of the original ones, so it's hard to.
mm-hmm. Kid, the way it moves its arms makes me feel like it was meant to be a toy.
The Mareep Ampharos line.
Okay. Uh, you know what? The Rotom line.
Yeah, the
Literally
Rotom
planted
Ampharos
line.
into your phones.
should learn Tail Glow.
Maybe one day we
You know
will
what?
not figure
Kilowattrel. He's the starter bird. He's just sort of there.
it.
And only people who understand the ocean and how cool it is get the Kilowattros awesome. Okay. Okay. We'll leave it at that. We'll call it a day. So I could go on about how it is it could be based on multiple ancient myths of thunder gods, Hawaiian, Japanese, or otherwise. I really do choose to believe it was made to make 10-year-olds hooked on Pokemon some more. Just keep the drip feed going. It's definitely a cat, complete with the claws and the hair and everything you expect from a feline. Um, it like when you read about it, it shocks its prey even if the claws miss because it's generating enough electricity. But they also state that unlike other electric types, this one has to feed off electricity from other sources. So it has to wait to get struck by lightning or to get zapped or do anything else like that, and then it can actually do its thing. It also is mentioned that it can tear you limb from limb, and thanks to the new Pokécology book I finally got in the mail, it is and canonically written down the fastest Pokemon in the game, tied with one other Pokemon. It apparently can hit Mach 583,
Wow,
Yikes!
that's that's very fast.
450,000 miles per hour.
You don't. What do you need to go that fast for?
You know, I did the math. In order, what it would do if it was like, okay, what if it's like a cheetah where it's only like a burst, like you only got a second of it? In 1 second, it can move over 100 miles. Done. Easily. Like, literally, it could snap its fingers and I could go, like, I could, in 3 seconds, in the 3 seconds, I could be home. Like, that quickly.
So
Terrifying.
it's just the Flash.
Yeah, weirdly enough, there's another Pokemon that is just as fast as it, according to the Pokécology book. Guess which electric type it is.
Raichu?
Aleki.
It's not Raikou.
Oh, duh.
They both move at like the speed of a specific moment of the development of lightning. That's why. Apparently,
Uh,
yeah. So they're both like based on lightning, and they're both as fast as like this one moment when a lightning bolt like is at its fastest. It hits like a bolt of lightning, and then when it mega evolves, it says it hits like 10 bolts of lightning, and the Mega Stone is its limiter. It's a very neat Pokemon from a look at this anime we want you to watch. But like, I I wanted to end on this because I just think that the speed is ridiculous and its lore is too edgy. And I still know that like giving it a Mega Stone is going to make that even worse. Like it's fine. I'm just bitter and old, and I don't like that it's an industry plant.
Welcome to the electric types.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Oh god, I'm trying to see like no, everything in its deck entries is all about how it can dodge attacks and fry people. It's not like some of the other Pokemon where there's something neat or interesting like tucked away. It's just no, here's all of the damage and horror that it can cause. But overall, I think
Actually, I would have thought the Mega would be faster.
is the Mega really not that fast? Is this what happened?
Okay, I
How
mean,
fast is
so
it?
it's 153, so it's very, very, very fast.
Okay.
But it could be faster.
How fast is Aerodactyl? Mega Aerodactyl to be precise.
150, I believe.
Okay, so it's literally like 2 points faster than the Mega
3,
of that
but
one. Yeah, okay.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's other than I guess a Lucky Deoxy and maybe one. I'm trying to think. He's pretty much faster than everything. He's faster than Calyrex Shadow. He's faster than Mega Aerodactyl.
I mean, he is a glass cannon though. One tap and he's down. Honestly, I think like one
So
Mach
it's
punch.
Regieleki, Ninjask, or Regieleki, Deoxy, Speed, and Ninjask and Pheromosa are. No, Pheromosa is not faster. Ninjask is faster. So he's
I
the
mean,
fourth fastest.
so the spawn of a lightning bolt crushing a mountain and feeding off lightning bolts versus just a bug. Who's faster?
He's a very fast bug.
It is a very fast bug. That is actually quite funny. I do hope that when it gets dropped in the game, it keeps like Volt Absorb and doesn't get any stupid ability that just makes it like I don't know, if you bring it down to 50%, it doubles in all its stats. I don't know. People like this Pokemon just screams trying really hard to be awesome. Meanwhile, Delmise sits there as an anchor and is already awesome. I
I
don't know.
mean, we have the word for it. It's called a tryhard.
It is a mm,
Is
you know, I
there or a tryhard?
Is there or try hard? I would name the episode that if I fit. You know what? It would stoke too much controversy and people would the end. I'm not gonna believe that YouTuber. That's pretty much all I had of the Mythicals. I do hope that we get to play with them again. Like for all my talk and bluster, I think aside from one of them that's incredibly broken, some of them have potential to be fun. Like some of them can be neat. But until that time, we can just glare at Magernia and make sure that it never gets its Mega Stone because it's already bad enough. I think that's all I have. Anything else to add about the Mythicals? Any other stories? Because that's all I got.
No.
All right.
No, I'm excited to see what the Winds and Waves ones are. I like it when I really like it when the Mythicals do have a level of mystique to them. The in-person events were fun, or the cool little side quests like the Eon tickets and things like that. If they could do those in a way, I mean, we have Wi-Fi now, so they can make them accessible. But I like when the Mythical has a little thing around it. Even the Peacheron little side story. I like it when Mythicals have a. I like that more than the like you just ran into a guy at the Pokemon Center and he's like, "Thank you for downloading the mystery gift. Here's a Meloetta."
That does feel better when you actually have to like, even if you have to download the DLC or something to do it, like you have to work for it. Like even if
I
that
sh-
work isn't, yeah.
I should get it a different way than getting Galarian Slowpoke.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
say I do. Yeah, that one the guy can just give you at a train station. I did really like how they did Meloetta in Scarlet and Violet. It felt like a thing that would be a playground rumor a long time ago, and I hope they do more things like that to reintroduce Mythicals to games.
I like how they did it in ZA with the Shaymin, where you had to show up at a specific time and place, like that middle ground of keeping it simple. But I think the
Yeah.
Meloetta one was also like very well done for the time. Well, we got one more episode before Dragon Con for those who are excited. I can't post the schedule yet because they'll get mad at me, but we've got some talks. Excited to be a part of it again. If you guys are planning on being in the Atlanta area, spoiler alert, be there Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to tell you exactly why yet because then they'll get mad. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. See you guys in the next episode. Bye, everybody.